What does a dog chew toy, a microfiber car rag, shower curtain rings, and hair curlers have in common? Well, they all make great, inexpensive Christmas ornaments. Let's get into the first Christmas ornament DIY. My name is Robin, and I'm so glad you guys stopped by today. For our first and second DIYs, you're going to need these shower curtain rings from the Dollar Tree. And the first thing I did was to hot glue the clasp shut because they have a habit of wanting to pop open. Next, I took this rope that I got from Hobby Lobby, and all I'm going to do is put a dab of hot glue at the beginning, and we're going to wrap this entire ring with this rope. Now, the two snowflakes that I have there, I ended up not using. I used something else, but these end up super cute, both of them. Like I said, my name is Robin, and I want to welcome you here to the channel. If you are new, big welcome. I hope you decide to stick around a while. We have a lot of fun here. And if you are returning, if you are a subscriber that's returning, or just a viewer that's returning, I welcome you and thank you so much for coming back for another video. Once I had it all wrapped, although I was going for a neutral look, I did want to add a pop of color. So I'm using one of these wooden snowflakes that I got from Hobby Lobby, and then one of the sticker gems from the Dollar Tree. And I did put one of the little stickers on both sides of the snowflake. I then dry fit the snowflake inside the ring and hot glued the snowflake where the contact points were. And that's really all there was to this. I tied another piece of twine on top and used that as the hanger. For the second snowflake ornament, I'm using this pretty chenille yarn from the Dollar Tree and one of these snowflakes that I got from Hobby Lobby. We're going to start off in the same way. The only thing I will say about this yarn is it would do better if it was a little thicker, and you want to make sure to hold the strands tight as you loop around and just using very minimal hot glue. You want to keep it tight. The shower rings are kind of slick, and with this yarn, it makes it hard to keep everything nice, neat, and tight. But I just love the way these turned out. So simple, two different looks. You guys let me know which one is your favorite in the comments. Today, I'm so proud to be collaborating with these ladies again for this Christmas ornament playlist. Our host is Shantell from Crafty Hints, and it's co-hosted by Brenda from Rusting and Lace DIY and Amanda from Six Kids and a Glue Gun. I will have the links to their channels and the playlist below. You guys check it out when you're done with this video. For DIY ornaments number 3 and 4, we're going to use these flexible hair rollers from the Dollar Tree. Now, these little things on the end are attached to the wire, to a wire that runs through it. That's what makes it bendable. So I tried gluing them down at first, and that just didn't work. They kept, every time I would bend the roller, it would want to pop out, and it just wasn't working for me. So what I eventually did was just cut them off. I pulled it out a little bit, got my utility scissors, and I just whacked them off. Now, for this first one, I chose some red and green stripe fabric that I got from the Dollar Tree. I'm telling y'all, all these DIYs today, all these ornaments are so inexpensive to make, and they take little to no time. 5 minutes or less for most of them. So to start this out, you do want low temp on your glue gun. And you're just going to simply wrap your strips of fabric all the way up your candy cane. That's really all there is to it. Now, I cut these strips probably a half inch to an inch. I really wasn't worried about, measuring. Um, but that's all you do. You just wrap. So simple and so cute. Now, I did these in two different styles as well. This one, a little bright, cheery, typical Christmas colors. As you see right there, there it is finished. Now, to cap off the ends, I put a dab of hot glue folded in the uh, sides there of the little overlap of fabric. And then I also cut out a little square to put over the end piece just to make sure none of that pink roller was going to show through. I hope you guys are enjoying these simple DIY Christmas ornaments. They were fun to make and, like I said, took very little time. So if you enjoy making your own ornaments, just give this video a thumbs up. Just give it a thumbs up if you like making your own ornaments. Because, I remember as a kid making ornaments with my grandmother. We would string popcorn. Um, we would make ornaments out of paper, out of construction paper. I mean, that was the way we did it when I was a kid. And such fun memories. And there's just something special about a handmade ornament. So for this one, I'm keeping it simple. I just took some of this pitberry garland that I got on a huge roll from Hobby Lobby at 50% off. I think it's like, I don't know how many feet, y'all. It's a huge roll. And I cut off a piece, uh, wrapped it into a curly Q, and then positioned it on the candy cane. And of course, then I put a piece of the red and white baker's twine that you see sitting back there uh, around the top as my hanger. And that's basically all there was to this first candy cane. The great thing about making your own Christmas ornaments is you can customize them any way you want to. You don't have to do it the way I'm doing it. Just take inspiration from this and make it your own. Use your own favorite fabric. You can use yarn. You could use twine. Just so many different things that you could make these candy canes with. And you wouldn't even have to put the curve and make it a candy cane. You could leave it a straight stick and maybe wrap some red and white ribbon around it like a candy cane stick. And speaking of twine, that is how I did the second one. I wanted a more rustic look to this one, so it was the same thing. I just took Dollar Tree twine and wrapped it from the bottom all the way to the top, and that was basically it. Be sure to keep it pulled tight. You don't want, again, any of that pink hair roller to show. And then I just had to burn off those fuzzies because y'all know they get on my nerves like super bad. So out with a lighter I came, and don't worry, I did have some water nearby, but I've never had a problem burning off fuzzies. Now, if you don't like to do that, then of course you don't have to do that. But the fuzzies just had to go. Plus I don't know, I kind of like the smell of it. It's weird. I took two small jingle bells and tied them onto a piece of twine, and I'm going to tie that on to my candy cane. Gives it a little jingle, gives it a little something extra where it's not quite so plain looking. And then I tied another piece of twine around the top for the hanger, and there you go. You guys let me know what you think about these candy canes in the comments. I really want to know what you think. All right, here we go with DIY ornament number 5, which is a white wreath ornament. Yes, we're going to use a round piece of rawhide. Crafting is the only thing these things are good for. The discussion about rawhide being bad is best suited for another day. But trust me when I tell you rawhide is not good for your dogs, but it's great for crafting in this case. So I took one of the automotive cloths from Dollar Tree, and again, using some hot glue, we're going to wrap strips around this piece of rawhide that is going to become a little white wreath ornament. I've also got some red berries and some other little things that I'm going to put on here. Again, make it your own. This is just an idea. I saw these and I was like, I know I can turn these into a wreath. So that's what I did. I took 4 berries and put them at the 12, 3, 6, and 9 positions on my wreath. And I will say this cloth, it's not as fuzzy as those dusters, but it still sheds quite a bit. I cut off some little sprigs of greenery. I thought it needed just a little something else because with just the berries on there, I don't know, it reminded me of some kind of donut. So I thought the greenery would make it look less like a donut and more like a little wreath. So that's all I'm doing is just using hot glue and putting those down, using my red and white baker's twine again, a little pre-made bow from the Dollar Tree, and it's finished. I really like that. For DIY ornament number 6, it's a snowman. I'm taking 2 of these wood cutouts that we've all seen at Dollar Tree for the last several years. I'm using wood glue to attach 2 of them together because they are so thin. I did want it just a little bit thicker. So I apply the wood glue with my brush, and once I have them good and coated, I put a clamp on them and set them aside to dry. I'm also going to be using some Waverly Antique Wax, orange paint, and some black paint. And then later on, you'll see I use some white paint as well. I take a piece of natural sponge and apply the Waverly Wax to both sides. And then take a paper towel and wipe off any of the excess. And I love the way the Waverly Wax makes this wood look. I think it just makes it look so pretty. I was going for a rustic look on this snowman because y'all know I love my rustic. Now, if it's not your cup of tea, go ahead and paint it white. It's totally up to you. This is for inspiration. I then took my black paint and lightly went over the hat part. Again, just going for that distressed look that y'all know I love. If you don't like it, that's fine. That, you know, and I did this to both sides, keeping it nice and even on both sides there, wiping off the excess on a paper towel. I use this dotting tool, made one little eye on each side because he is turned to the side there. And then I'm using this tiny eyeliner brush to color in his nose, which my husband said looked like a beak. He actually said that Snowman looked like um, some kind of a duck or a baby chick. I don't know, guys. You let me know if you really look at it. I mean, they needed to do something else with the nose. I mean, it seriously looks like a beak. I've never really thought about it before until my husband said something. Um, but yeah, so Dollar Tree, if you're listening, it's time to change up the snowmen just a little bit. We've had these for how many years? Does anybody remember how long these snowman wood cutouts have been around? If you remember how long they've been around, drop a comment. Now, I didn't like it the way I had it, and so that's when I took this white paint and just a stencil brush and started going over it, kind of a, I don't know, reverse distress. I thought if I gave it some white, he wouldn't look so much like a duck. I'm sorry. But I think I should have just, I don't know, started painting white from the beginning. Um, but my husband's put this duck image in my head and I just can't quite get rid of it. But I go over both sides with some white paint that I picked up at the Dollar General. And I don't know about the Dollar Generals in y'all's area, but the closest one to me has put in like this huge craft section. And there is Mr. Snowman, aka the Duck. For ornament number 7, I'm going to make a mini wood gnome using 2 tumbling tire blocks that I'm going to use wood glue and glue them side by side. I picked up a cute little hat from Hobby Lobby and I'm going to be using this tiny little eye hook. The reason I used eye hook is that I couldn't figure out a way to attach it other than hot glue and I was afraid that would come off. So I put the eye hook in the top of the tower blocks with some twine attached to that. I then nipped a small hole in the hat and fed the twine up through that. Now, this was a little tight fit getting this hat on the 2 tumbling blocks, but he turns out so cute. I love gnomes. Y'all know I love gnomes and I love snowmen. So this one's just super cute. I fold the little top of the hat over, attach it down with some hot glue, and he's just so cute. Very easy to make. And using a very small half bead for his little nose. And I would like to know, I have tons more ideas for using the tire blocks as ornaments. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see a video of more ornaments using the tower blocks from the Dollar Tree, or maybe even using the bigger blocks that you can get at Dollar General. Let me know in the comments because I have lots of ideas. So I took another piece of that automotive cloth, glued it down, and it made the perfect beard. And there I am. I just trim it into shape, and Lord, this thing sheds. It sheds like some of the dogs I groom at the shop. Oh, well, maybe not quite as bad, but it sticks to everything. I mean, it's sticking to my scissors, sticks to my fingers, it sticks to you like glitter. But there he is. He's so, so cute. I just love him. This past week, our family suffered a tragedy that no one should have to go through. We lost Zoie, mine and Jeff's granddaughter, daughter to her mom, Heather, just an all round typical teenager. I want to read this to you. Just bear with me. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Now, her nanny sang that song to both Zoie and her mom, Heather, when they were both little girls. That song was also played in the background Saturday, October 28th, on Zoe's organ donor walk from her hospital room to the operating room, where a very precious gift was given to others who will benefit from her donated organs. Zoie passed away at age 13 She always wanted to be a superhero when she was little. She'd always dress up like Superman or Batman. She didn't want to be a princess for Halloween. She wanted to be a superhero. I remember that so well. That was about the time we got together. And now she is a hero. If you can hear it, it's her beating heart. Following a moment of silence and remembrance by family, friends, and medical staff gathered in her hospital room, Zoie was covered in a beautiful colored blanket with a stuffed animal at her side and was taken to the operating room where new hopes and dreams will now be possible for others. Zoie will not only live on through her donor recipients, thanks to this precious gift, but she will also continue to be the sunshine in the hearts of those who knew her. Zoie passed away due to complications from an epileptic seizure last week. Her parents made the decision that Zoie be an organ donor. Her heart is living in someone else, so a part of her does live on. I thank you for watching this, and I would ask you, if you would, to leave a red heart in the comments for Zoie. Gone too soon. I will leave a link in my description box with the details of her obituary, and on the website there is a place where you could leave a message of comfort or light a candle for Zoie. You may not have known her, but I promise you she was a one-of-a-kind kid, and we love her, and we miss her. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch y'all later.